Okay, so now you guys saw about self-induction, right? So where you had one coil. Now suppose, let's say I'm keeping two coils. Okay, see, one like this, one more like this. All right. So one of the coil, see, this coil is connected to a battery and the other one is connected to a galvanometer. Now whichever coil has a battery connected to it, we call it as a primary coil, and the galvanometer one is the secondary. So basically, to distinguish, whichever coil is connected to a source, that's called as primary. Whichever is not connected, that's a secondary. That's it. Okay. So you have a primary coil which is connected. See, you have a key, and then secondary is connected to the galvanometer. Now what we do is we press the key, then current starts raising in the primary. Now as the current is increasing, magnetic flux also increases. Now that particular flux will come in contact with the secondary, correct? Now how do we know that? Is by the deflection through the galvanometer. So now what happens is, as the magnetic flux keeps on increasing in the primary, that gets linked with the secondary, a current is induced in the secondary, correct? Now the current which is there in the secondary, that will produce a very small magnetic flux, correct? So whatever small it might be, it does produce. That's the point, right? So what happens, that flux, that is the flux which is in the secondary, that comes in contact with the primary, correct? Right. So now what happens, the basically the primary circuit, wherever the current is going, so there we have some sort of induced EMF due to the secondary coil, correct? Right. So that induced EMF will oppose the current. So bottom line, what happens is, primary induces current in the secondary and secondary induces the back EMF in the primary. That's it. This is mutual induction. Okay. So because primary is inducing something in the secondary and secondary is inducing something in the primary, so there is mutual induction. Okay. This phenomenon is what we call as mutual induction. Now the most important example, or you can say very famous example for this mutual induction, is a transformer. Transformers, they work on the principle of mutual induction. Okay, how a transformer works, you will be seeing that in the coming chapters, but remember this point, every transformer works on the principle of mutual induction. Okay, so in the next video you will see about the coefficient of mutual induction.